Welcome back everybody to the channel, and we're going to be going through a base selection process for the 12v12 and see if you guys can guess the right army that he's used on the specific base. So hopefully you guys enjoy. All right, so before I go ahead and get into some of these replays, I kind of want to do something a little bit different, right? So I want to bring you a video that's kind of identifying what base to hit with what army, but it's going to be on some bases obviously that are already hit, and it's kind of be more along the lines of kind of quizzing you guys to see if you guys can get it right. So if you guys go down to the description, you guys can get the direct links to these pictures that I'm about to show, or you can just pause the video on these pictures and I'll explain how this works. And then if you like it, we can do it again in the future. Just let me know down in the comments if you really like this. So essentially, as you go down to the comments and you click on the first link, which is going to be the base layout, right? So you click on the link and it's going to take you to this right here, and you can zoom in here to kind of see the base layout. And if you click on the second link, it'll take you to the armies here, right? So if I go ahead and make it full screen, the base layout is going to be this first one right here. You could also pause the video like this. And so these are the 4 bases that I'm going to show you. So I want you to take your time to look at these bases and think what army was used on them. And then you can also see the armies that are used here. These are the 4 armies used for the 4 bases, but you don't know essentially which one, right? And you can also see the time that it took for the whole raid. So like in number 8 took 2 minutes 40 seconds, number 11 2:53, number 21 42, and 27 3 minutes. So which army do you think belongs to which base, right? So I want you to really think about it, or you can obviously continue to watch the video. But if you take the time and you pause the video, you go to the links, and you see if you can guess it right and see if you can go 4 for 4, it might actually stick with you further for these attacks. So before we get into it, hopefully you guys did that. But anyways, let's go ahead and get into some of these hits. And the first one is going to be number 8. All right, guys, so here's base number 8. So Mr. Bean came in and hit this one with a Queen Walk, Pekka, and Bowlers, and this was choice number B. So let's see what he's going to do here. And why is he choosing the Queen Walk, right? Well, there is a single target Inferno. He's choosing to walk the Queen from this way, and he wants to charge the Queen in here and then charge right into the Town Hall. And there's a bunch of Pekkas because, one, there's some multi-target Infernos, but he's not going to necessarily get in this range of that single target. He's going to stay out of range that whole time. So that single target's not going to do too much, right? So the Queen's going to jump out of range right there, and then she's going to move on. So it's no problem. So now he's also using the King in this area. There is a Tesla farm. Baby Dragon does get picked, and the Wall Wrecker is going to make its way to the Town Hall. And then comes some Pekkas, right? And then the Bowlers are going to come down. So not all the Bowlers actually end up going into the core. He does have some Bowlers go on the outside. But that was actually probably good. I think he wanted to get all the Bowlers in. But in this case, this actually ended up working because the Queen and then the CC, the Wall Wrecker, actually has Bowlers in it, not like a Ice Golem or a Pekka, but those Bowlers in there actually did help make the difference. Has that poison on the dragon and going to charge his way through. So it was a nice Queen Walk charge right into the Town Hall, gets access to that multi-target Inferno, gets access to the Eagle, gets access to the Queen, and pretty much just jumps through here to get all of those defenses down. So Mr. Bean, very nice Queen charge. And look at these. These Pekkas are pretty much full health, not even kind of touched. They're going to be walking outside, plus with 2 healers on here. And so he drops the free spell right on that Wiz Tower as he's moving around. The Queen pops her ability in the core, and she can pretty much reach everything, while these Bowlers and the Pekka work on the outside, and the Bowlers can skip onto the areas where the Queen actually ended up could not reach. And they're going to finish on this single target Inferno, which isn't too big of a deal with all these Bowlers left, because he can essentially just overwhelm it and be able to get through. The Queen is beating on the wall, and she's going to be able to help essentially come around and start to be able to hit that single target Inferno, but take it down. So if you answered B for this first one, number 8, you would be correct. So now let's go ahead and get the next one, which is going to be number 11. And this is Tyrant Penguin coming in, and he came in with a Queen Walk Lalo. So what makes this base a nice Queen Walk Lalo? Well, yes, you could probably hit some of these bases with some of the strats, but we kind of just want to do what he decided and why he did that, right? So let's see. Where is the sweepers? Well, the sweepers are right here. So essentially, do you want to fly right into this way? Probably not, right? Because you'll keep getting pushed back. So what Tyrant decides to do is he's going to start the queen right over here, and he's going to actually charge her into the town hall. He's going to use a wall breakers to break this wall, right? So the queen's going to charge into here. He's doing a balloon here, and look at that. The balloon and the splash from the balloon actually takes out these surrounding buildings right there and don't even need a bowler there, so that's very nice. And so the bowler just skips onto here, creates an easy funnel, and now this balloon comes in, obviously pulls the Seeking Air Mine, and pulls two of them, and then the wall breakers break through the wall. He does have a jump spell, and that jump's going to actually be very handy because it's going to allow the king to jump into this section, and it's going to allow the queen to jump into this section. So it's a beautiful place jump right here. The queen's going to help remove the town hall through the rage and through everything. Killed the CC also just before that, and then he's going to get access straight to this eagle, to the queen, and pretty much to the sweepers. And so he's getting so much value, and actually, in this attack, the warning gets picked off by a Seeking Air Mine, so he doesn't even use the warn ability. So the queen is charging in, takes out the enemy queen, and look at this jump. So that jump now lets the queen get to the core, and then it lets the king get to this multi-target inferno. So that was a really nice use of a jump. It uses for both heroes in two different sections. It's not all too often you're able to do that, but he is able to do it right there. Queen also grabs that air defense on the backside, sends the Stone Slammer to go into this multi. So he kind of delays a little bit so that that Stone Slammer can get through the splash area. Warden's following those balloons through. He's actually going to take a little weird path here, and he's going to get picked off by the Sam, so you'll see a little bit right there. And then now he's just moving through, right? So even though he doesn't even use the Warden ability because it gets picked off, it's such an overpowering attack. Yeah, the queen is still up, does end up losing the healers there, but he just has so many balloons here, and that Stone Slammer up. Yeah, it just pops right there, but gets it all done. The final defense remaining is that Wiz Tower, so very nice Queen Charge Lalo in this attack. And which one was this? Well, let's go ahead and take a look. This one belonged to, if we take up the image right here, number 1. So that is the first one. So that is letter A, belongs to number 11 here. So Tyrant coming in and getting that done. So now let's go ahead and take a look at the next one in the bases. All right, so here's the next one at number 20. This is Neon Waves coming in. And if you take a look, this one is only 1 minute and 42 seconds, under 2 minutes. As you can see, this is letter D, and this is the Dragbat. So why does she come in with a Dragbat? So let's take a look. There are multi-target Infernos all on one side. Okay. There are Wizard Towers pretty much all on one side. If you look at this side of the base, there is only one splash damage building. So that is yelling for a Dragbat because you can just bat this side and then just drag in through this whole course. So that is exactly what Neon's going to do. And the king is going to be used up here to remove that funnel over there. The queen's going to be used over here, and then just dragons right through this base. So you guys might have chosen this one as the Dragbat, might have picked it correctly because of all the splash on one side. If you did, that's okay. It's just kind of identifying the bases, right? So if you see splash on all on one side, go ahead and think about Dragbat. Maybe if you want, just start circling where all the splash is. And then if you see all the splash in one zone of the base, that means that there's no splash on the other side of the base, which means it's a perfect opportunity to do the Dragbat. You're going to see the Warren ability perfectly just before it explodes, saves all those balloons. And there is a double dragon in that CC, but it's not going to do too much. She's going to wait pretty much till these dragons would get closer, and then boom comes the freeze, the rage, and the bats, and pretty much going to clear that whole side. She does freeze the eagle again, but look at these bats go and completely just wreck this side. These dragons go through it, and this is why it was only like under 2 minutes, because look, now the Stone Slammer finally pops, and these bats are just wrecking through the space. It wasn't even close. So beautiful Dragbat attack here, identifying that this is a perfect base for it. As you can see, all these dragons are still up. Do not put your splash all on one side because it makes the other side of the base very vulnerable to the bat spell, can just completely overwhelm it. As you can see, that was not at the beginning, but it was towards later in the raid, which is when I believe is the best time to do it. So if you answered letter D for this one, you would be correct in getting this one. So now let's go ahead and identify the final base. And so if you've been following along so far and you saw the first three, that means that this one has to be letter C, and this is the Hog Attack, the kind of Kill Squad Hogs. And what makes this a good option for Kill Squad Hogs? Well, when you do the Kill Squad Hogs, you're going to want to, one, you have to kill the Town Hall, or you have to use the Warden ability over the Hogs with the Town Hall. You have to get pretty much the CC and the Queen. Those are the minimum objectives. And if you see here, he does have a jump for pretty much this section right here, because he's got to get to the Queen. So he's going to push his way from 12 o'clock right into the Town Hall, going to pull the CC, kill it, and jump into this section where the Queen is going to meet up and kill her. And then he's going to drop the Hogs around the base just like that. And they're going to get a ton of value from this Kill Squad push in the base. And some of the bowlers actually do walk around this way and not to the core. But what he's doing is he's creating a nice funnel onto that mortar right there, and then onto this mortar. Going to be able to help create a little bit of a funnel there. And then you're going to see the wall wrecker push its way into the base. The golem is going to go first. One, to kind of tank some of these shots that are going to come at it. But look at this. These bowlers are also going to skip on that double cannon. So now the bowlers literally have nowhere to go but this bomb tower. And so you have to pretty much wait until that wall is open so that the king then walks in. Queen follows, but there's a lot of bowlers that end up walking around here. There is a double giant bomb. Out comes a lava and a baby. And then you're going to see the Warren pop its ability to make sure that that town hall does go down. And then there it is, right? They survive that Giga Bomb. There's the jump spell to get access to this intersection, and the Queen is in there. Out comes the Ice Golem from the CC. Gets a ton of value. The Queen is just following into this base, so it was a beautiful job using the Warden ability through it. And look at this. The King and the Pekka are going to help be able to take down that Eagle right there. And now the Hogs don't have to suffer through any of the Eagle's shots, or essentially just a little bit of the first wave there. But now it's just going to be healing through the rest of the space. Queen pops ability in the top side and just going to move the Hogs around the base just like this, and the heals can pretty much just cover the rest of them. So how did you guys kind of do on either guessing or actually able to identify and having your reasons behind why certain bases had the attacks against it? If you guys enjoyed kind of doing that, like picking up and kind of pausing the video, let me know. I can definitely do it again in the future. Probably not every time, but it's just a different idea I thought of. As you can see, Big Lou's coming in, finishing off this base here, drop that last heal over the bomb tower, so very nice job. Warden is following through, and then it's just a matter of cleanup at this point. And then, as you can see, have to get those wizards down early because it can be a matter of time. And this one, it came close down to the final few seconds, and the Hogs were able to finish it off for that final triple right there. So very nice job. There was a lot more 12v12s, but I kind of wanted to give you this kind of game, the kind of 4 of them, to see if you can choose those 4. And let me know how you did in the comments down below. And so that's going to wrap up this video here today. Thank you guys so much for watching. And let me know what you guys did. Did you guys pause the video, look at each one of the screenshots, or did you guys go to the link and kind of save those images down so you can kind of do the identification yourself? But either way, let me know your thoughts on this. I can definitely do it again. And yeah, if you did enjoy it, go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe down below for the daily videos. But anyways, you guys have a great day. Carbonfin signing out. Peace.